Have you ever wondered who owns Antarctica and how real the claims on the continent are? So Antarctica was not really discovered until 1773 when Captain James Cook came within 120 miles of it, but its official real discovery was in 1821 when John Davis, an American sealer, was the first to set foot on the continent. So for much of the 1800s, European whalers and explorers would come, map out a part of the coastline, and claim it for their country. So in 1840, Jules Dumont, a French explorer, mapped out this small section of the coastline of Antarctica and claimed it for France, and he named it Adélie Land, which was named after his wife. The French then sort of created the trend that we see with countries after that too, where they took that small sliver of the continent and sort of took it all the way to the middle, to the South Pole, like a pizza slice, to determine what section of the continent they had. In a similar process in 1929, the Norwegians mapped and claimed this section of Antarctica, which they named Queen Maud Land after their Queen Maud. The British also held claims, but they claimed a lot more and for a different reason. So during the Empire, the British controlled territories such as Australia, New Zealand, the South Shetland Islands, which are off the coast of South America, as well as the Falkland Islands, also off the coast of South America. And they basically claimed all the territories of Antarctica right underneath that. So, yeah, they claimed a lot. Eventually, they conceded France's sliver of the island back to them, so this is their initial claims over Antarctica. So eventually, we're left up with these 5 claims, which is the British over here, New Zealand right over here, this small sliver over here is France, then Australia, which has 2 parts surrounding France, and Norway right up here, which is Queen Maud Land. So these can be considered the European shares of Antarctica because they were, just for the sole reason that they were claimed before these other 2, but there are actually 2 other claims of Antarctica which sort of coincide with each other, which basically in these claims, none of them actually coincide with each other. Everyone has their own piece of land, but 2 other countries actually claim a section of Antarctica which overlap with other claims. So Chile and Argentina have both claimed this section of Antarctica ever since their independence back in the 1800s. However, their claims for the island don't originate from that time. However, actually, their claims for the island date back to the 1400s before Antarctica was even discovered. So in the Treaty of Tordesillas in 1494, the Treaty of Tordesillas split the world into a Spanish section and a Portuguese section because they thought that they would together rule the entire world, I guess, which did not actually happen, if you couldn't tell. And basically, they also decided any land that was not discovered would also be split between the Spanish and the Portuguese. So Chile and Argentina date their claims back to the 1400s, actually. Chile and Argentina already had sufficient claim over Antarctica just because of their proximity to the island. But in order to justify their claims even more, Chile and Argentina have both sent pregnant women down to Antarctica to give birth to further justify their claims. So this man right here is Emilio Marcos de Palma, who was the first person to be born in Antarctica, and he is Argentinian and was born in 1978. Ever since, a total of 11 children have been born from Chile and Argentina on Antarctica, which means there are only 11 true Antarcticans to exist. So in the end, that leaves us with these 7 claims. However, you may be wondering why there's still an unclaimed section of Antarctica. So in 1959, the Antarctic Treaty was signed by 12 countries, which barred countries from making any new claims or expanding on any previous ones. So that means no country can actually claim this section of Antarctica anymore. The other rules that were established during this treaty were that there's always peace on Antarctica, no mining, no nukes, and the continent should still be open to scientific exploration on any section, no matter who claims it. So, if you enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Thanks. I'll be exploring more borders in the next episode a bit later.